further information, I am very, very excited to introduce our guest speaker. Of course, just a brief background. He is an experienced professor of business with a demonstrated history of working in contact centers leadership position for a decade. Wow. With a degree of Master in Business Administration and units in PhD in Business Administration. Current Research and Development Unit Head in Bulacan State University Sarmiento Campus and Program Advisory Council Board member in First City Providential College. So without further ado, let's give our speaker a round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Audible po ako?
Opo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, po.
Okay, I've turned on my camera. I'm not sure, pero hindi ko nakikita from my end. Okay. Sige po. So, Ma'am Marian, Dr. Bithay, and Danica, and the rest of the people here in this virtual seminar, I would like to greet you. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to you. And yeah, I'm very excited as well to discuss to you the evolution of marketing. I think Dr. Bithay and other professors here would relate dito sa topics na I will be discussing. So let me just present my entire screen. Give me a few seconds here. So yeah, I've turned on the camera. I'm not sure why is it not opening. Pero anyway, so mahalaga naman is the presentation. So can you see my presentation about?
Yes, po.
Okay po. Okay, so let's keep the ball rolling, and I'll proceed with the seminar upon the discussion of AI and marketing. So ako po ay professor din sa BSU, no. Ayoko nga tawagin sarili kong professor kaya lang parang yun na yung nakasanayan ng mga students, colleagues, everyone. Kasi hindi pa po ako tapos sa aking PhD. I'm still in my dissertation writing. Medyo meron lang struggles in writing at inaabot po ng medyo matagal. I think everyone would relate to that. Lalo na kayo na nasa master's degree. You're finishing your master's degree na po. So yun nga po, as I was saying, I think most professors would relate to me when I say na ang laki-laki na po talaga ng change ng marketing. Kasi when I studied marketing, when I specialized in marketing, back when I was still taking up MBA, at hindi naman po sobrang layo yun. Hindi naman po siya sobrang tagal na. It was around 2008. Medyo malayo na nga, pero when I think of it, it's just like yesterday. When I started taking MBA and then finishing it, ang pinag-aaralan pa po namin noon ay Seth Godin, and I am a huge fan of Seth Godin. I have read a lot of his books. Yan, yung Icarus Deception, Purple Cow, Linchpin. I'm not sure if may mga nabasa po kayo dito or relatable pa po sa inyo ito. Pero Seth Godin really influenced my way of thinking when it comes to marketing, and I have adopted a lot of his ideologies and incorporated it in teaching in business in many schools. Quick background, before I started in BSU, marami na rin po akong schools na napuntahan. I've also taught in UST, NCBA, STI. So marami po akong naikutan, and then luckily I was able to get a permanent plantilla position in Bulacan State. Ako nag-stay for good. And then I also have teaching side hustles. Side hustles. I also teach in two senior high schools here in Bulacan. One of which is Siena, and then the other is Mary Josette Academy. So, going back, ang laki na po talaga ng difference ng marketing. If you would just look back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, ang dami na po talagang nagbago. And yung whatever we have known from that time is already obsolete. And perhaps the concepts you can use, but a lot of those things have already been obsolete and changed. So, dati, I would like to call that traditional marketing. Ito yung tinuro sa amin from high school to college hanggang MBA. So you have the print, the newspaper, TV, radio, billboards, so on and so forth. But I would bet that most of you are, maybe not, if not all, but probably 90% of you would tell me na hindi na kayo nagbabasa ng dyaryo. You're no longer listening to radio or even reading emails unless it's an email from work. No, ako, yun na lang ino-open ko, yung email from work and yung email dun sa aking YouTube channel na ginawa ko. No? But the rest, I don't really look at it. No? Kaya lahat ng mga promotional emails, I don't get to read, and I would deem those ineffective. Parang wala na siyang parang wala na siyang effect. But there was a time that you would have to build an email list. Tinuro din sa amin sa marketing, and if you're a business, you would implement it. When I worked in BPO, there was a point where we were selling, although parang if you would look back, parang masama yun, selling emails to businesses. Kasi again, yun yung training, and yun yung mahalaga at that time for many businesses, which is to build an email list. And then dun sa email list nila ipupush lahat ng kanilang communication, whether it would be an email, a marketing email, promotional email, so on and so forth. Pero ngayon, I'm sure most of you do not read emails na po, no? And in the span of 5 to 10 years, a huge change happened with social media. I would also attribute it to COVID. No? I would say na COVID really, lit a fire under the bellies of many businesses to really adopt change and do it quickly. So nowadays, lahat ng tao on social media. No? TV is also television now. Network television is also in the brink, and I would say in the side of danger na pwede silang maging obsolete in a matter of years. No? Why? Because nowadays, when you look at people, especially using smart TVs, it's not to go to networks like GMA or TV5 or all those big networks na kinasanayan natin. We open the smart TV because we would connect that to our devices like cell phones, laptops. If you have paid subscriptions for Netflix, Disney Plus, and many others, yun na po yung nagiging role ng TV. No? So parang ang TV ay isang malaking cellphone. It becomes a bigger cellphone or a bigger smartphone, if that's the right term. No? So who would have thought of that? No? If you would ask me, when I was taking up NBA, I would have never imagined na darating yung time na ganito na. Dati pa Friendster lang, or kaya MySpace. No? Pero ngayon, hindi Even Facebook nga is also on the decline na ngayon right? Which we will get into later on as we uncover the discussion. So, with that, also is the evolution of marketing. Because of the changes in the behavior of people, in media consumption, in the technology, marketing has also evolved. At ang laki na rin ang pinagbago ng marketing. Kagaya nga ng nabanggit ko po sa inyo, 80s to 90s, no? I was born in 86. Okay? So, lumaki ako, television, radio, newspaper. Okay? I would buy my father Manila Bulletin every Sunday. Walang mintis yun. Ano? And then, I would read some parts of it, yung comics, yung mga glossy parts, pictures, etc., etc. But now, again, wala na nga yun. No? So, 90s, by the end of 90s, nagsisimula na mag-create ng websites yung mga tao, and customers would start to flock in these websites. Okay? And then 2000s onwards, we want to become our friends, and we want our friends to like us on Facebook. No, there was a time na talagang gusto rin natin yan. Parang we need social validation, whether it's Friendster, Facebook, whatever social media we were using. We wanted validation. Ano po? Gusto natin, pag may nag-post tayo, kailangan may mga nagla-like. Parang ganun, ano po. Pero ngayon, parang ako, this is just my personal observation, but parang people are starting to value privacy nowadays, no, because of a lot of privacy issues. Kaya marami, o hindi ko alam kung ako lang ba yun personally, yung hindi na rin masyadong mahilig mag-share. Ano po. Yung iba would go to lens of creating this is going to be my work account, no, or this is going to be my school account. Dun sa isang school na tinuturuan ko, we are not even allowed to be friends with them in yung personal Facebook nila. They have this parang avatars na school accounts lang yun. Ano. But that's because of privacy issues. So 2010 onwards, the customer wishes to follow us. Follow us in our Facebook page, in YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth. And then, baka dumating yung time na, di ba meron na po ngayon yung Facebook Meta, kaya nga lang medyo nag-flop because yung concept of virtual reality is already there. Medyo matagal na. Marami mga gaming consoles ang meron na nun. Kaya parang it's not really that cutting edge or brand new. Ano po. So, but here in the graphic, we would all hang out in a virtual world. Nasa isang tayo, parang nasa isa tayong place. We have our avatars there. Tapos Meta, no, we could buy things, digital currency, using digital currencies, or we will buy digital assets, so on and so forth. So, to put it short, very rapid talaga yung changes na nangyayari in marketing, right? So whatever we might be talking of today may be different or already obsolete in the next 5 to 10 years. Later on, I will be discussing AI marketing. But before I go there, as I have opened my discussion, a lot of the changes na I attribute in social media, particularly video related social media, like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But what really pushed those giants to the edge of recreating, innovating was TikTok. Okay, TikTok, nakikita ko na po yan before pandemic. No, even nung nasa BPO ako, that was what, 2015. Meron akong kasama na talagang, kasi Musical.ly pa yan siya dati, hindi pa siya yung TikTok, no? Musical.ly. Tapos, what you would do there is, merong mga kanta, tapos ililipsing mo yung kanta. No? Para siyang Vines, no? Musical.ly. So, ganun, ano po. So, it was acquired by TikTok at a certain point, and then again, nung pandemic, parang yun yung naging game changer. Kasi everyone was stuck at home, no? Wala tayong magawa, we can't go out. Some companies are still finding out ways on how to transition all their work remotely. So we were, in short, needing for entertainment. Okay? Medyo bored tayo, kailangan natin ng entertainment. At dyan pumasok yung TikTok. So ang daming mga creators found found this platform, no, innovated it, not just from lip singing, dancing, sharing information, doing comedy, stand up, etc. Oops, wait lang. Okay, akala ko na na-disconnect ako. Sorry about that. Still audible po? Naririnig pa naman po ako.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, kinabahan ako. Kala ko na-disconnect ako. May narinig akong sound eh. Kala ko na na-kick out ako or what. Okay, so going back, TikTok. So, yung TikTok kasi ang ang orientation niya is it 9:16 or 16:9? Basta in short, it is vertical. Ang YouTube kasi it's horizontal no? Horizontal. And Facebook, hindi pa sila masyadong big on videos. Ganun din yung Instagram. Instagram is a photo sharing app. Ngayon, noong 2020, pandemic hit. Everyone was at home. TikTok exploded. Ano po? So, diyan na nagsimulang pumasok ang TikTok. No? From merely being out of the radar to becoming the number 4. Actually, parang ayoko nga maniwalang number 4 lang siya kasi napakadaming gumagamit ng TikTok. Even my wife is addicted in TikTok. Super addicted in TikTok. Kaya nga lang ako kasi nasa YouTube ako Nandun yung nandun yung loyalty ko because nandun din ako nagpo-put out ng content So TikTok gained around 1 billion active users So Instagram, they just had a head start kasi nga photo sharing app sila. And marami ng mga Instagram influencers, models, fitness models, bodybuilders, lahat sila, mga celebrities and all. Ang dating measurement would be Instagram and Twitter. Biglang pumasok ngayon si TikTok and TikTok really changed the game. So Twitter dati it's just tweets. Ngayon meron na rin silang videos. Instagram was just a photo sharing app. Ngayon meron na silang Reels. Reels both for Instagram and Facebook because they are owned by the same company. Now they are owned by Meta, by Mark Zuckerberg. So napilitan silang kumilos, Napilitan silang umaksyon. YouTube also joined in the foray, ginawa niya, nag-introduce siya ng shorts. So ganun din, vertical videos, you would see it in the mobile app. When you're scrolling for videos, bigla magugulat ka, meron ka makikita dong isang shelf. Now, the shelf would contain seemingly TikTok videos na naka-vertical ang orientation. So you're watching the video. It's as if you're talking to someone on the phone. Full screen. So, with that, why did I bring that up? Kasi, before I go there, TikTok yung domain nga po niyan, ang tagal na, 1998 pa. Somebody owned the TikTok domain. Pero personal repository lang of pictures, photos, recipes, hobbies by Scott and Tomoko. So, if you would run it in Wayback Machine, yan makikita nyo. Yan yung original na TikTok na website. Lagayan lang nila, so maybe they're buying this space online just to deposit their pictures. Pero ngayon hindi na natin kailangan ng ganun kasi lahat pagka may pictures tayo, we just post it in Facebook or minsan ginagawa nating album yung Facebook, lagayan ng mga pictures May mga estudyante ako sa BSU na i-upload ko na to kasi buburahin ko na to, wala na akong space. So they would create an entire album para lang to free up space on their phone Tapos they would maybe put the album private, so on and so forth. Kasi free yung free yung storage mo sa Facebook So yan, ang tagal na pala niyan yung website na yan until they were able to get it So 2012 ByteDance, that's the parent company of TikTok created by Zhang Yiming. And then there is this similar app yung Musical.ly. Yun na po yung parang kumakanta ka, ano ba tawag nito? Parang dub smash na ginagawa ninyo, Tapos, 2016, Douyin, this is still ByteDance, creates an app modeled after Musical.ly. So ginaya nila yung Musical.ly after seeing it. And then 2 years later was the merger. So ByteDance buys Musical.ly. So they have merged with Musical.ly, forming the TikTok, which is what we are using now. No? And then 2020, yan na nga po nung pandemic, TikTok dominates. Po, is the most downloaded app globally in 2020. Yes, may question po ba?
Ay, Sir Jason, sorry
Hi,
for
Ma'am
the interruption po.
Yes, po.
Sir, for in case this meeting would end, because I think the link were only given an hour for this meeting.
Sige po.
Let's just click the same link na
Okay
pinrovide
po.
po namin. Opo.
Sige po, sige.
Yun lang po, thank you.
Okay, thank you po. Sige po, bantayan ko na lang kapag bigla ako na-disconnect. Okay lang po yan. Ako rin as a teacher, relatable po din sa akin yan. No? Pag nagpe-present din kami dati, buti na nga lang bumalik na po tayo sa face-to-face. Eh, no? Although nakakamiss lang is yung work from home, yung hindi ka masyado nag-worry na malilate na ako. No? Pagkagising mo, diretso ka na kagad sa discussion. I bet the teachers here would relate to that. Ano? But anyways, no, going back. So in December 2021, Instagram announced its renewed focus. So mismong yung CEO of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, announced that they are no longer a photo sharing app. Imagine, for decades, or maybe not decades, but several years, diyan nakilala ang Instagram eh. No? You would snap the pictures directly from the app, and then there are built-in filters, yung mga malakas makasosyal na filters, And then pagka you're using Instagram again, parang social naka-Instagram, follow me on IG, blah blah blah. Tapos you have these celebrities, finalo ko si ganyan, finalo back niya, mga ganun, Yun yung mga Gen Z and millennials, yun yung mga gusto nilang gawin eh. So imagine, from being a photo sharing app, nag-decide sila na sila ay magiging we're moving away, or we're veering away from that. Okay? It is a huge decision, kasi you've built your entire brand on being a photo sharing app eh. No? We're thinking about who we are. So para nagkaroon ng identity crisis itong si Instagram. Napaisip siya, ano na ba talaga tayo? No? Kasi kahit sino naman na biglang lumabas yung TikTok. Ang labanan kasi ng mga social media, screen time. So, how much screen time each user has. And nag-aagawan tayo lahat sa screen time. Whatever is being offered on another social media platform that takes away my users, you got my attention. TikTok takes away users and audience from these giants, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So lahat sila talagang worried, and they responded. Okay? So nagkaroon sila ng identity crisis. Who are we? What do we value? What kind of change we want to affect in the world? Pagsunod nga nila sa TikTok, parang alam mo yun, reactionary nga yung ginawa nila. So yan yung problem talaga if we are not going to adapt with the changes and yung evolution whichever field it may be. But since we're talking of marketing, so marami kasing companies and brands are in this social media. They choose video. And again, as I was saying, in TikTok talaga was really a game changer. Kasi ako personally, in my observation, it has made us realize na hindi mo kailangan ng big production, big budget production in order to become an influencer or to be a brand ambassador. For example, yan sila Mimia, sila Esnir, yung mga sumikat dyan sa TikTok ng mga kung sino-sino. I don't want not to demean them, but what I'm saying is before TikTok were nobodies. Wala, mga kung sino-sino lang sila. ano po, wala naman silang big production, ginagawa lang nila yun sa bahay nila, green screen, tapos hindi naman super ganda ng audio, they don't have a team na yung, alam mo yun, that would produce for them lights, sounds, etc. But really, it has emphasized that marketing is all about building connections and relations. So, kahit wala pala nun, pwede ka palang mag-influence ng tao at pwede ka palang maka-create ng huge following. And because of that, marami sa atin na naka-realize kahit ako personally, dati kasi din sa YouTube channel ko, I do mga lectures, etc. Tapos meron akong mga pinapost doon ng mga wrestling related content, Ganon din po. What I have noticed is that yes, it would add value at saka parang it would add to the aesthetic of the channel kung big production siya, maganda talaga, you have the very good audio, lighting, etc. But at the end of the day, it's all about connecting to the right audience, and authenticity. If they know that you are authentic, and what you're saying is valuable to them, talagang they would come. Susunod sila sa'yo, no matter what the production is. Okay? So, going back, yan ang option talaga, yan ang gusto talaga ngayon ng mga tao, and even companies, video content to push their marketing campaigns. So, I guess it's safe to say na hindi na nag-work ngayon if you just have a picture ad o meron kang wala na nga newspaper Billboard, very limited. Kasi sa social media, napakalawak ng iyong reach, right? Kahit ang office mo ay nasa Makati, you could reach people in Visayas, in Mindanao, and many other countries. So why would I spend in a billboard when I could spend the same amount of money in social media and I would be able to reach more people, right? So ito na talaga ang gusto nilang gawin. I don't know what's going to be the next media or form of media. But right now, as it stands, it really is video. So kahit saan ka pumunta, when you go to Facebook, Reels, yan, in-stream habang may mga video ka na pinapanood, may lumalabas doon na maliliit na ads, in between TikTok videos, may ads, o di kaya mismong yung video, the vlogger or yung creator, take siya ng time sa kanyang live to promote a certain product, paid advertisement yun, So, all of those things are already embedded in video, So, what I think, again, going back dun sa sinabi ko kanina, hindi na nag-work if it's just going to be picture. You really have to embrace videos, And that's thanks to yung ginawang changes ng mga social media giants right now. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. So video content marketing, 87% of businesses use video as a marketing tool. 95% of people have watched an explainer video to learn more about a product or service. This is really true. Tayo po, if we wanted to buy something, we wanted to learn something, we would go to YouTube, Pag meron tayong gustong i-discuss, bibili tayo ng bagong cellphone, we would watch a review. Bibili tayo ng bagong kotse, we would watch someone test driving it, giving feedback about the drive of that vehicle. Ganun ang ginagawa natin Kasi mas marami tayong nakikita, At mas marami tayong nakukuhang information in a video. It's as if we are testing it ourselves versus a static picture or just a regular post na mere words. Lalo na kung email pa na wala namang video na laman. So, ang dami. I won't go too much into all of these statistics, but you can check it out for yourselves. Nakalagay na dito lahat if you're really into numbers. So, talagang video content na ang ginagawa ngayon ng mga tao when it comes to marketing. Video content is king. Stats and facts about video marketing says it all. Almost 90% of modern marketers use video as a marketing tool, and for a good reason. While making and publishing videos may not directly bring in the money, smart businesses use video marketing as a tactic to improve consumer engagement, click-throughs, and traffic. So, yung video is something na ako rin personally kinahihiyaan ko, no, kasi again, if magpe-present tayo dati, parang gagawa pa ng video, nakakahiya naman yan, ano. Okay na yan, PowerPoint na lang, or basta dati na inabutan ko pa yung time na magre-report ka, naka Manila paper lang, or di kaya cartolina, o di kaya magsusulat ka lang sa blackboard, sa whiteboard. Ngayon hindi na ganun no. Yung mga even your students would find you boring kapag ka ganun, ano. They really need to see action. Gusto nila makita lahat, ano. And I don't want to blame anyone for that, ano, kasi talagang cultural shift siya, technological shift, and even how we consume media nowadays, ano. 'Di ba sabi nga nila ngayon mas mababa na daw ang attention span ng mga tao, all because of these ano. So ito, just to quickly share, yung kasi ako po on the side naggagawa rin po ako ng YouTube videos, and it has provided me a hefty sum, no, for a side hustle. Nakakatuwa lang din, ano. Kaya ako lang din siya share kasi ako dati nga nahiya rin ako gumawa ng videos. But yan, nung pandemic, nag-start din ako na to really ramp up my YouTube channel. Nabigyan na rin ako ng additional na pera, no. So nakakatuwa lang din, ano, na ganon. And along with this, no, sa YouTube, itong YouTube ko po na ito, marami akong ginagamit na tools which is why I have thought of discussing AI marketing, kasi there are a lot of tools right now that really focuses on AI. So AI is really changing the market, ano po. Meron po ba dito nabalitaan yung ChatGPT? Have heard it, have used it? Wala pa po. Okay, so that's good kung wala pa. Mamaya makikita nyo kung gaano ka-powerful yung ChatGPT, ano, ipapakita ko po sa inyo. So, artificial intelligence would be the ultimate version of Google. So, ito po from Larry Page. No? The ultimate search engine that would understand everything on the web. It would understand exactly what you want and give you the right thing. We're nowhere near doing that now. However, we can get incrementally closer to that, and that is basically what we work on. So Larry Page said this a couple of years back, and I think nasa doorstep na tayo ngayon, ano. Kasi mamaya makikita ninyo how powerful AI is when it comes to doing a lot of tasks, ano po. So many companies and marketing teams are rapidly adopting intelligent technology solutions to encourage operational efficiency while improving the customer experience. So these intelligent solutions often come in the form of artificial intelligence marketing platforms. Ako po personally, ang exposure ko po sa AI is just use of several tools, ano po. I've come close to using those and knowing those because of, again, dahil nga sa YouTube, dahil gumagawa ako ng video, I continuously try to find ways on how to automate things. At that's where I stumbled upon a lot and a plethora of tools available nowadays that offers you AI assistance, ano po. So, nagulat ako, and talagang, ano siya alam niyo po yun, nakakatakot na nakakatuwa. Kasi, with this introduction of artificial intelligence, many mundane and simple tasks can already be performed by AI, and that means may mga jobs na magiging obsolete at may mga jobs that will no longer be performed by humans later on because it's far more efficient and cost friendly to just do it through the use of AI. Kasi computer yan, hindi yan magko-complain, hindi yan manghihingi ng raise, hindi yan magsasabing napapagod na siya. It would just do everything at a fast rate and at a highly accurate, no, scarily accurate rate, ano po. So ito yung ilan sa mga uses of AI in marketing. So we have content generation. Ayan, mamaya papakitaan ko po kayo. Minsan, pag I'm running out of ideas, I'm using AI to give me some ideas on what content I should do. Automated email marketing campaigns, chatbots, ayan ngayon, very common na yan, ano, dati, you need a hotline, 1-800. Although, of course, gusto natin makipag-usap sa live person, ang nasa front end na lahat ngayon ay chatbots. So if you would go to, let's say, a website of a bank, meron kang problem, no, you would like to report a stolen card or you would like to report na debit ka, right? Before you can even reach, parang last option na yung to reach a live agent. Lahat yan can already be performed by chatbot. So if you would go to the website, you would just give in personal information, ano na lang siya process of elimination and XYXY. Diretso ka na kagad dun sa answer mo na kailangan mo. Or maybe they have done the filing of report for you. Ano po? So yan, you have chatbots, pricing controls, no, dynamic pricing sa marketing, talagang pinag-aaralan natin yan. Dati manual pa yung alam natin, ano, you would have to look at your competitors before you could adjust the price. Ngayon hindi, in a snap of a finger, automated na, nagpapalit-palit ng presyo based doon sa current market movement at kung sino-sino yung interested at kung ano yung settings na nilagay mo sa kanya. Right? If it's not moving, at a certain point, bababa yung presyo niya. Ano po? Forecast yan. Ito medyo may touch na to of data analytics. Yan, data analytics, tinuturo ko rin po yan. Okay. So, here are a few simple reasons before I show you some of the applications. Why business and companies choose AI in marketing? Of course, to automate decisions. Some tasks can be automated. Matatanggal na siya sa iyong bandwidth, sa iyong plate. Of course, who wouldn't want that? Ano? Ikaw pa yung taga-send dati ng email, ngayon you can just, program something that would send all the email blast, diretso na yun, ano? Saves time and money. Of course, again, nabanggit ko po sa inyo kanina. There are free tools. Hindi mo na kailangan magbayad. Dati, papagawa ka ng logo, you would have to hire an artist, babayaran mo siya. Ngayon, there are a lot of applications that would generate a logo for you and it's free. Kung gusto mo lang mas maganda-ganda yung design, magbabayad ka ng extra. So, saves you time and money. Personalized solution. Okay? It would cater or give a personalized answer depending on kung sino yung kausap niya, no, kung kanino siya nakaharap. And then, of course, ultimately, it would increase ROI. So, there is a touch of data analytics here. Ano po. So, AI has been around for several years already. Ano, hindi lang natin siya napapansin, pero it's already embedded in many applications na ginagamit natin on a daily basis. Like for example, sa Spotify, yan, meron dyan yung Your Daily Mixes. Magsasuggest sa sa'yo ng mga bagong music based sa iyong preference. Right? The algorithm does it already. So, hindi na siya mano-mano. Meron ka lang i-adjust sa setting yan and it would do everything. Kaya pag bumili ka sa Shopee or Lazada, magsasuggest sa iyo ng mga product based sa iyong preferences. Kung ano ba, let's say, mahilig kang bumili ng makeup or mahilig kang bumili ng cosmetics, magsasuggest sa iyo, tingnan mo to, it's 5 stars reviewed, ganito na karami yung binili niyan, etc. etc. AI yan no? Artificial intelligence yan at work, yung magsasuggest sa iyo. Kasi hindi naman tayo magkakapare-pareho Yung feed nyo ay iba sa feed ko. No? So hindi pare-pareho ang suggestions natin. And who does that? Yung artificial intelligence. No? So, sa Netflix, because you watch Orange is the New Black, you might want to try these other shows related sa Orange is New Black. Okay? So yung mga yan, these are widgets and parts of websites, apps that already has artificial intelligence embedded on it, programmed on it. So ngayon, I would just like to show you a couple of applications that I have personally used. Kasi sa YouTube ko, ang ginagawa ko po, diba nga pag minsan nawawalan tayo ng ideas, magge-generate ako ng idea through ChatGPT and then I would correct the script using Instatext. pagka tinatamad po ako, kunwari wala ko talagang oras, I would have it read by a speech, text-to-speech na application, AI din yon. And then, mano-mano na lang ako maglalagay ng video. I still prefer na pictures and clips. I still prefer to do that. Pero meron po ngayong mga application, nasasabihin mo lang yung theme. Kunwari, gawan mo ako ng video about Starbucks. Gagawan ka niya ng video. As in, siya yung mag-i-scour ng lahat ng clips, pictures, text, audio for you. Da-downloadin mo na lang sa dulo. Ano po, grabe, no? Sobra talagang scary and nakaka-overwhelm, no? So itong Instatext, na let me just show you. Andito pa naman sila. Okay. So Instatext, no? For example, gumawa ka na you would want to do an email blast ano po of promotional message ano. So itong Instatext kasi what it does is i-convert niya yung iyong phrase, yung text entries mo to sound it's as if you are a native speaker. Kasi kunwari, no, ang papadalan ko, ang mga Amerikano, no, mas gusto ko yung ano rin sa ano nila, no, parang, alam mo yun, parang kapag ka Pilipino ang kausap mo, nagkakaintindihan kayo. O di kaya Cebuano ang kausap mo, nagkakaintindihan kayo, di ba? So, alam mo, pag Cebuano to Cebuano, nagsalita, may mga nuances, may mga ini-inject yan ng mga words, may mga inflection, etc. na alam mo, taga Cebu siya. Pero you would know if, let's say, merong pumunta doon na Tagalog, taga Luzon, ano? Tapos, learning Cebuano, sorry pagpasensyahan nyo na po ako if kung mali ba yung nabanggit ko ng mga words, ano? Learning the dialect, ano po. Malalaman mo kagad ay okay, hindi to, alam mo kagad sa sarili mo na hindi siya native dito, hindi siya taga rito talaga. I have used itong Instatext kasi nga karamihan po ng aking audience ay nasa US and I want to give them a feeling that I am a native speaker or yung ginagawa ko ay hindi isang Pilipino na gumawa ng text nag-come up, but rather someone who is from the US as well and then crafted this blog post. Ano po? So, kunwari, I am yan. Sinulat ko na ganyan. Ito, free version lang to. Kapag gusto mo yung talagang meron ng mga street jargon, may mga kung ano-ano na silang i-inject, you would have to pay yung mga premium pricing nila. So, kagaya niyan, tatanggalin niya yan. No? So, ito yung na-craft ko na parang I would want to promote my channel tapos i-email blast ko siya. So, ito yung ginawa ko. I would want it to sound, it's as if I'm a native American speaker. So ganyan ang sasabihin niya. I'm Professor Jason X, I make wrestling videos, and I'm basically skilled at, so yung mga in-at, no, hindi po kasi ako English major, ano pa, at video editing. I would like to offer my services on your YouTube channel startup. We can discuss my price. Sa akin, ang nilagay ko rate, and meet halfway. So yan, kinorek niya even yung space in between. So very simple pa lang yan ha. May mga limitations naman yan. So you can exhaust 5,000 worth of words. And then i-correct niya na yan. Para siyang Grammarly no? Pero again, ang kagandahan kasi dito sa Instatext, depende sa setting na ilalagay mo. Let's say gusto mo, you would be speaking to an African American or an Asian or kung ano man. Talagang i-convert niya yung sentence mo para mag-match dun sa target audience mo. I hope that makes sense. Ano po. So yun. Isa yan, no, yung Instatext. Okay? So that's an AI tool. Next would be Night Cafe Creator. Ito pong AI art is a really new subgenre no, on its own. Kasi kaya ako sinabing subgenre, di ba, you have digital arts. So, meron talaga mga tao magaling mag-drawing, magaling mag-painting, etc., etc. What's really scary is that nowadays, if you have the money, you can pay for high highly efficient text-to-image AI softwares. Meron nga po kayong makikita sa YouTube and other social media platforms na gumawa siya ng entire movie using text-to-image. No? AI ang gamit niya. Ngayon, bakit po ba kailangan pa natin ng AI sa image? Ano? Number one, it saves time. Number two, to avoid copyright. Right? Kasi 'di ba, kagaya natin teachers, gagamit tayo ng image. 'Di ba? Alam po natin 'yan, ano, when you search for any random image online. Let's say I would want to make a discussion about COVID. Okay? Tapos I would go to images. You can just use it right away, no? Kasi yan, no, images may be subject to copyright. Tapos lalo na i-broadcast mo pa, let's say may nakita yan ng owner, no, they would say na you can't just use my image, blah blah blah. Pwede kang makasuhan or kung ano man. That's why people go to AI art or you do AI art kasi originally sa'yo yan, yung gagawin niyang picture, ikaw pa lang ang meron yan. And every time you run it, magpo-produce siya ng bago para sa'yo. Ano po? So, ito, no, tingnan natin, no. So, for example, give me a church. Hindi. Kailangan ko pala mag-login. Sorry. Sige. Give me a Spanish church futuristic. No? Mga ganun, no? Keywords. Okay? So if I ask this AI tool to create that for me, gagawa niya ako ng image, and what I'm sure of is that ako lang ang meron yan. Ano? So hindi pa siya masyadong ganun kaganda kasi ito, mga free to use lang to eh. No? Ayan. Hindi pa siya super futuristic, ano. Pero ito, nagtry ako nung nakaraan. Sabi ko Catholic Spider-Man. So ginawa niya, naggawa siya ng picture na si Spider-Man tumatalon-talon, tapos may mga may church shop sa likod or etc. Tapos basta mga ganyan. Pero ang kagandahan nito, 100% original 'yon. Sa'yo yan, yung image na yan. Wala kang problem or any issues with copyright. Ano po? Itong mga ito, again, dahil free lang ito, hindi pa super ganda ng mga gawa. But if you would look, yung high-end po kasi nito is yung tinatawag na Stable Diffusion AI sample art. No? Yung Stable Diffusion, grabe, sobrang ganda po ng mga ginagawa nila na art from text. Ayan, for example, ito. Kung ano na yung mga naisip na yan, give me a bear na astronaut. So yan. Astronaut bear. Kapag ginawa ko siya dito, try natin kung anong gagawin niya for us. Bear wearing astronaut suit. Baka hindi pa super ganda. Hindi pa siya masyadong maganda. Ayan, gumawa din naman siya, no? So yan, sa'yo yan. Okay? Ikaw ang may-ari niyan. Wala kang magiging problem kasi hindi siya copyrighted images na na-publish na online. Sa'yo lang yon. Ano po? So yan ang kagandahan po ngayon, ano? At again, free versions lang ito. Kung gusto mo talaga if you are into arts business, no, ganyan ang ginagawa nyo. Meron nga iba nagbebenta ng digital art online, kumikita eh. Ano lang sila, gumagamit lang sila ng mga ganito, no? AI art applications, ano po. So, ayan. Okay? So, in marketing perspective, no, wala kang problem ng copyright. You could just pay a subscription sa mga ganitong applications, tapos siya na yung gagawa ng mga images for you. Hindi mo na kailangan magbayad sa artist, no? In a snap of a finger, gagawin niya lang kagad yan. Segundo lang, meron ka na kagad art. Okay? So, that's another example of an AI tool, ano? Ito naman, Beautiful AI, maganda po ito for PowerPoint presentations. O kunwari, tinatamad kang gumawa ng mga slides. Okay? Pwede mo siyang gawin through beautiful.ai. No? So kunwari, ang topic ko is about give me introduction to artificial intelligence. Papagawa ko ng slides. Ay, okay, limited to 3 per day. Try natin kung makakalusot tayo sa incognito. Okay. Ewan ko lang kung madedetect niya yung IP address. Pagka hindi, pakita ko na lang yung example ng ginawa ko po. Okay. Mukhang ayaw niya talaga. Okay. Pakita ko na lang. So, gumawa ako, example, sabi ko sa kanya, gawan mo nga ako ng Kang the Conqueror. Sa Marvel po ito, kasi mahilig din ako manood ng Marvel movies. So, yan, ginawa niya ako ng slide na Kang the Conqueror. Very simple lang naman. Kasi again, free version. If gusto mo yung talagang mas magaganda na, you would have to pay for it. So, nag-type lang ako sa prompt and then gawa niya na yan. You can download the slide and then okay na. No? So, hindi ka na, kung medyo mahirap para sa iyo yung, alam mo yon, mag-craft, you're running out of ideas, etc. Yan, nagagamit ko rin po yan, yung beautiful.ai paminsan-minsan. We also have brand mark. Yung brand mark creates your logo. Tanggalin ko na itong isa. Creates your logo. Pero again, simple lang ito kasi nasa yan nasa pricing. So, kunwari, let's say the brand name is Moonbox Coffee. You're going to compete with Starbucks. We have the best coffee in the world. So, lagay ka ng mga keywords. Let's say coffee, eggs, relaxation, kung ano-ano po, And then you choose the color palette. So, siguro maganda yung mga ganito, organic. So, makaka-generate ka na ng logo, So, yan, mga simple pa lang yan, Yan. For someone who's not artistic, malaking tulong na po yan, Tapos, free lang yan, Hindi mo na kailangan magbayad ng artist. Kasi ako nung nagpagawa ko ng logo ko, 2,000 ang binayad ko. Mga ganun di ba? So, ayan, madami kang pagpipilian. Okay? So, one of the many, ayan, pwede nang gawin yan. Hindi lang naman ito yung website. Marami ka pa makikita mga websites na that can generate logos for you. Sa Canva kasi wala pa silang AI option. Meron lang mga presets pero pwede mo lang siyang gayahin. Pero wala silang ganitong option na mag-generate ka from what instructions I am giving you. So dito, yan, magagawa mo na talaga siya. Po? Okay. So madami, napakadaming options. Okay. Kung hindi ka nasayahan dyan, you can recreate the process all over again, change a few instructions, and ayun po. So, again, task na pinadali thanks to AI. Okay? And then finally, ito po talaga yung pinakang ginagamit ko, yung ChatGPT. So talaga, hindi niyo pa hindi niyo pa ginagamit itong ChatGPT. Wala pa pong masyadong Okay, manual din po yung design sa Canva ni Sir ba or Ma'am? Sir Jeffy. Okay. So, ayan si Ma'am Ellen tried once ChatGPT. Okay. napaka-powerful yan ChatGPT, ano. Kasi kahit code, kaya niyang gawin eh. Talagang kahit ako, na-amaze ako sa kanya kasi nagtuturo din ako ng data analytics. Gumagamit ako ng mga tools like SQL, Power BI. Dati, kung gusto mo mag-aral ng coding, kailangan mo ng taon-taong worth of reps para makabisado yung mga yun eh. Yan si Danica, tinuruan ko po yan, basic Excel eh. So, kailangan kabisado ko lahat ng mga Excel commands, ano? At saka mga formula. Ngayon, hindi eh. Lahat pwedeng gawin niya ng ChatGPT with scary accuracy, ano? So, how can we apply this to marketing, ano? Ito, very basic lang yung ide-demonstrate ko po sa inyo, no? For example, meron kang bagong produkto, no? Can you, you would ask ChatGPT, can you write me a basic or gawin natin brief marketing plan for this new, kailangan kasi dependent din po siya dun sa input ninyo eh. So if you can make it more specific, mas maganda. Mas maganda yung makukuha yung result. Kung generic lang din naman, magre-respond pa rin naman po siya. Pero baka hindi niyo makuha yung gusto niyo sagot. For my new product, new coffee product. So yan. Pagpapagawa ako sa kanya ng marketing plan. No? Ay, sorry. Baka dahil matagal na naka-open. Copy ko muna to. So yan, niran ko yung question ko. So yan, ginagawa niya na ako ngayon, no? Sabi niya sa akin, yan, sige, gawin mo muna, you define who is your target audience, develop a brand message, choose the right channel, create a content strategy, build a community, measure your results. What's really scary here is it's as if may kausap ka talagang tao. No? So for example, itong number 1, define your target audience. Pwede ko siyang tanungin about it eh. Can you elaborate more about defining my target audience? Pwede ko siyang tanungin ng ganun. Tapos sasagutin niya ulit ako. Ano? So, alam niyo, talagang nakakatakot siya eh, no? Kasi marami talaga siyang pwedeng gawin. At ito mga basic pa lang itong pinagagawa mo sa kanya. Now, for example, nagawa mo na ito, no? Can you give me a can you write a promotional email to invite promotional email for my new coffee brand, which I will send as an invitation on our opening on March 15. So yan. Yung mismong letter gagawin niya na for you. No? So grabe ito talagang ChatGPT, no? As a teacher, nakakatakot din siya kasi pag nalaman ng mga estudyante itong ChatGPT, hindi niya sila pwedeng bigyan ng mga tasks na very simple eh. Kasi kaya na, alam niyo po ba na pwede ako magpasulat ng chapters ng research sa ChatGPT? Right? So, pwede nang gawin yun, ano? And pwede mo siyang bigyan ng instruction na gawin itong plagiarism free. Right? It's as in gagawan ka talaga niya. That's how scary AI is nowadays, no? So ako, very basic lang ang ginagawa ko dito sa ChatGPT, no? Kasi minsan if I run out of ideas, sasabihin ko sa kanya, no, I'm running out of vlog ideas. Can you give me vlog ideas for example lang wrestling, ano, for Hulk Hogan. Example lang ng wrestler, no, yung para sa channel ko. So, sasagutin ka niya. hindi ko lang alam yung personal preferences ni Hulk Hogan, but I could give you some ideas. A day in the life of Hulk Hogan. Behind the scenes at a wrestling event by Hulk Hogan. Favorite workouts, Hulk Hogan's Kitchen, etc. Ang dami, no? So from there, mag-iisip na ako ng idea, pipili ako dyan. Kunwari, pinili ko tong number 7. Papa-elaborate ko yun sa kanya. No? Sige. Itong number 7. Can you write me a vlog script for this vlog episode, Hogan's Hobbies? So, bibigyan niya na ako ng script. Okay, opening. O, di ba may mga joke pa, no? Kasi joke yan ni Hulk Hogan. Hey, brother, welcome to another episode of my vlog today. I want to share with you one of my favorite hobbies, playing a guitar. So, yan, no? May instruction pa. So, i-cut mo daw ng konti yung video. Pakita mo yung collection ng guitar. May montage ka dyan. Tapos, ito yung script ko. I've been playing guitar for over 30 years now. Blah, blah, blah. So, hindi pa siya tapos. Ano? Dire-diretso. No, very basic, no? Pero nakakatuwa. As in, sobrang daming pwedeng gawin talaga nitong ChatGPT. And, pwede ka na maging content creator. Na, ito to the point na natakot ang Google, ano? Na, pwede nyo pong hanapin yan online na parang medyo napahiya yung Google kasi ang ChatGPT ay sa Microsoft. And ang, di ba, for the longest time, hindi natin pinapansin yan. Microsoft Edge, Bing, yung browser na yan, ano. All of this time, nagde-develop, meron ng Bard ang Google. Bagong ano yan eh, bagong labas nila yan eh. Pero, there was this parang seminar na nataranta yung nagpe-present kasi nagfe-fail continuously yung Google. Tapos, not at par with what really Microsoft has the, baka pwede na rin tayo magpagawa ng virtual boyfriend or virtual girlfriend, ano, parang ano na po yan, ano, ex machina, yung palabas na ex machina, no, parang gano'n, ano, pwedeng mangyari yan, ano, hindi natin talaga alam, sa totoo lang po. Kaya, again, I would go back to my presentation, ano, itong ChatGPT, beta pa lang yan, yung nandyan, yung na-access natin na to. Itong website na to, hanggang 2021 lang ang kanyang program. So if you would ask anything here na beyond 2021, no, so kunwari magtatanong ako sa kanya, what is the state of COVID in 2023? Hindi niya na ako masasagot ng maayos, no? Kasi hanggang 2021 lang ang program niya. Kaya hanggang 2021 lang siya kasi yung 2021 onwards na version nito at yung much better versions of this are going to be available in Microsoft Edge and through Bing. No? So may ano rin yan, merong free to use at merong paid. So yung mga high-end na talagang big businesses, they would really opt for paid kasi ang dami nila makakat na oras na, no? Cut na oras, makakat na trabaho, efficiency, time-wise. Lahat yan pwede nang gawin ng ChatGPT, no? Or just one tool, right? Wala ka ng problema ng mga nagrereklamong employees or always asking for raise or tinatamad, right? Walang running out of creative ideas. Kasi it's a robot artificial intelligence. Ano po? So, again, ito pong mga tools na to are just a few of many things that are available there. In ChatGPT, madami kang pwedeng gawin dyan, no? From creating a marketing plan to creating your email marketing blasts, lahat. Even codes for kung nagpo-program kayo, kayang-kaya niyang gawin. Ano? Pakita ko lang mabilis. Kasi madalas akong gumamit ng SQL. Can you write me a SQL code on how to pull up customer telephone numbers? kahit codes kaya niyang gawin. No? Yan, very basic na code. Kakopy mo na lang yan, ilalagay mo na dun sa program. So see, pwedeng hindi ka na mag-aral talaga ng coding kung sa totoo lang kung ayaw mo ng hard way, gagawin mo na lang siya dito. Tapos ibibigay niya na lahat sa'yo. From simple to very complex coding, kayang-kaya niyang gawin. So ayun po sa side ng AI. Napakadami po na pwedeng gawin talaga. Kumbaga parang if you would ask me, the limitation is your mind kung hanggang saan ang abot ng iyong creativity. Meron at meron kang makikitang tool for that and you can use it to your advantage to have an edge on your marketing campaigns, on promoting your business, so on and so forth. So ito, additional na lang po ito ng mga slides kasi ito, meron po we're talking of marketing so might as well, naisip ko lang din na i-inject. Meron kasi akong kasama sa BSU, former professor na full-time nag-venture na into e-commerce. And in e-commerce siya nakakita ng 6-digit salary on a monthly basis. Kahit sino naman pag in-offeran mo ng ganyan, they would jump. Professor na yun nakapagtapos na ng doctor. But he resigned and went full-time into this e-commerce kasi ang laki nga ng kinikita niya. So sabi ko sa kanya, I'll be doing a seminar tomorrow. So can you give me some marketing tips and ideas na I could share with them? And at the same time, I'll be promoting your page. So sinabi niya sa akin, baka lang din you might find it useful kahit medyo malayo na siya sa AI. Kasi talaga nakita ko yung yung pag-jump ng kanyang in terms of finances sobrang laki. Millionaire na siya ngayon from being yung meager income Hindi naman sa minamaliit natin yung income sa university Talagang kikita ka rin naman talaga sa university, especially if you get promoted into higher rank Pero ito, sinare niya sa akin yung mga marketing practices na ginagawa niya. So for yung first, ang ginawa niya is he used credit card as a business capital. Ako kasi takot akong gumamit ng credit card Although dumating na rin ako sa point na I have used it for convenience. Pero ang kalaban kasi ng credit card is yourself. Kapag medyo mahina-hina yung pamigil, mag-shopping spree ka kahit out of budget na. And training ko sa father ko, kailangan cash basis tayo. So mayroon siyang pros and cons and it's through the credit cards that he was able to get his first capital. And then what he did was kumuha siya ng capital from the card and then monetize the store traffic through affiliate marketing or affiliate program. So yung affiliate program, yung mga affiliate marketing, you have the links. Minsan, ewan ko lang kung nakikita niyo po yun sa Facebook. Yung meron kang pinapanood na video, pero i-click ang link na to. Pag-click mo ng link, it would bring you to Lazada or Shopee. Ewan ko lang po kung na-encounter po ninyo yun. Pero meron po mga ganun. O di kaya, yung mas formal naman na version yan is you would have a sponsorship yan. Merong mag-vlog, magpapalabas. Tapos click my affiliate link below. So, through that, shared yung revenue. Whoever shared the affiliate link will get a portion of the revenue. Pero the reward for the business owner is that mas malawak yung kanyang mileage, mas malawak yung kanyang mararating. So you earn extra while promoting your own products and running ads. So yan, very helpful din for him yung affiliate marketing. Nagamit na rin niya, nakapag-venture na rin siya into TikTok shop. So yung affiliate marketing strategy na yun, dinala niya na yun, carried over into other platforms kasi totoo naman yun, sa business, hindi pwedeng reliant ka lang sa isa. You don't put all of your eggs in one basket, sabi nga nila. So, if you have a Shopee, might as well open a Lazada store, a TikTok shop, and many other platforms. And then maintain good to excellent seller performance. Rating, chat, response rate, etc. So, kasi kagaya niyan, from what I have learn from him, nakipag-usap kasi ako sa kanya. Itong Shopee, meron silang preferred. may lalabas dyan sa iyo na yan, preferred. Kung nakikita niyo po, no, preferred. At tayo, habit natin as consumers when we buy, mas bibili tayo dito sa mga preferred products na to and preferred stores na ito. So, ano na siya, snowball na siya, no? Kapag ikaw, you maintain your status as a preferred seller, you can bank na marami talagang bibili sa iyo. Kailangan mo na lang mag-deliver sa kanila, no? Itong preferred status na to, pagka natanggal ka dyan, ang laki ng ginagastos nila. Gumagastos sila ng 6 digits para lang makabalik sila dyan sa preferred status na yan, yung preferred badge na yan. Ano? So, marami silang mga campaigns na ginagawa to maintain. Kasi ano siya attributed siya sa performance, rating, chat performance, at saka yung sa delivery time frames. Ano? So marami silang ginagawa in order to maintain this preferred badge. So, ayan, ang laki doon ng ginagastos niya. May time na gumastos siya ng around 120,000 para lang makabalik siya to being preferred. Kasi kapag hindi ka preferred, let's say naganap ako ng Belo Expert Sunscreen, hindi ito yung unang lalabas. Pero kapag preferred, siya yung mauuna, siya yung nasa top. Parang SEO, ano? Siya yung nasa first result. So dahil ikaw, you want na sure yung pagbili mo kasi after all, you're spending your hard-earned money, doon ka talaga bibili sa mataas ang ratings. No? Mataas ang kanilang performance rating. Okay? So ganun. Okay? So yan, na-share ko lang kasi magandang story din siya inside of marketing. Ano? So, ayan, you can follow him, si Sir Arnel. Ewan ko lang kung nare-recall pa ni Danica to si Sir Arnel. Okay. So, ayan. So, I would like to cap off this short seminar po. Sorry kung, ewan ko kung napahaba or napaikli, pero no matter what the technological innovation is, no, kahit magbago po to, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, hindi na AI, kung whatever is the newest trend, the newest technology, we can all rely on a few things that would always work. And talagang, no matter what technology you are using, you have to capitalize on, which is authenticity, building relationships, building trust, no, with your consumers. No? So brands are no longer what we tell the consumer it is. No, hindi na tayong nagdidikta kung ano yung gusto nating maging itsura ng brand natin. The brand is what consumers tell each other it is. Word of mouth. So nagandahan sila sa service or product mo, brand, word of mouth. Customers are more empowered nowadays. No? Oops. Wait lang ha. Okay, akala ko na-disconnect ako. May narinig kasi ako eh. Okay. So, ayan. No longer what we tell, but what the customer tell to each other. So, pwede nating sabihin na ganito yung gusto nating itsura ng ating brand, pero at the end of the day, kung ano yung naramdaman nila, how we made them feel through our service, through our product, is what they will tell their consumers. And again, their friends and their relatives. Consumers are very empowered, no? Ngayon. Kasi ngayon, hindi ka lang masayahan, you can just simply write a long Facebook post with pictures and then destroy the brand, no? Sabihin mo na, hindi maganda yung experience ko sa ganitong kainan, huwag niyong itry itong sunscreen na to, nagkaroon ako ng allergy, huwag kayong kumain dyan, huwag niyong itry yung mga ganyan. And then it would go viral, no? So, ganun na po ngayon, no? Really empowered customers. They have social media now as their weapon to make or break your brand. Okay? The modern marketer is an experimenter, no? So, yan yung mga in-example ko po sa inyo kanina. Pwedeng iba yung pag-eksperimentohan ninyo, pwedeng iba po yung gamitin ninyo. Pero a modern marketer really loves to experimenting, doing different things, trying out new things. A lover of data, no? Of course, data is truth. Sa numbers do not lie sa finance. So pwedeng sabihin nila maganda, but if you would look at the numbers, it's a different story. So very important, you know. So kailangan lahat ng ating decisions, lahat ng ginagawa natin are data-based or data-driven. Meron tayong numbers to back up whatever action we are going to perform. A content creator, kagaya na nabanggit ko po kanina, tayo ngayon, kailangan meron ka ng videos whenever you are promoting your products kasi that's what advertisers want, that's what customers want, and that's what holds their attention and a justifier of ROI. So, ayun po, no? I hope meron kayong konting natutunan kahit na hindi naman super extensive and ano yung discussion ko. And again, I would like to thank Danica for this opportunity to speak and your time, CTU, for for this time to speak to you and discuss new things, no, in the field of marketing. So yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Hey, we do have questions. Sir.
Hello po. Opo, sige po. Yun yung kanina parang nagtanong po si Ma'am Ellen. Sabi po niya kung ano ginagamit ko. Yung sa akin po, ChatGPT talaga yung pinakang for me reliable. Tapos, kasi may mga days talaga na tinatamad akong magsalita. No? Gumagamit ako ng text-to-speech softwares. Minsan, kuwari, maingay sa bahay, nandito yung anak ko, nag-iingay sila, wala naman akong studio, no, na soundproof. Ginagamitan ko po ng text-to-speech. So, mag-input ako ng text, tapos yun, babasahin po for me. I would download the recording. Tapos, yan, i-embed ko po sa video ko. So, yun dalawa yung talagang gamit na gamit po for sa akin, no, regularly. Yung text-to-speech at saka yung ChatGPT.
Okay. Another question, sir, from Ma'am Cherry Swello. Sir Jason, as first-time user of AI, what are the things that we need to consider?
Ay, okay po. Siguro po, kailangan po natin alamin muna what are the needs of the business. Ano po. Kasi kagaya po ng example ko kanina, sa akin, kaya yun yung mga tools na ginamit ko like Instatext at saka yung text-to-speech software. Kasi po, ang business ko po, no, technically, ay yung vlogging, yung pagba-vlog. So doon, sa videos, kailangan ko magsalita. If hindi man ako magsasalita, I need an audio recording and I need a script. Kaya yun yung dalawang tools na nagagamit ko. Ngayon po, siguro yung all around, in terms of all around usability talaga ChatGPT kasi yung di ba tayo po pag magsisimula tayo ng business, kailangan muna natin ng feasibility, kailangan natin mag-come up ng marketing plan, Gantt chart, etc. Lahat yan pwedeng gawin ng no, pwede pong i-craft yan ng ChatGPT for you. Maglalagay ka lang doon ng mga specific instructions para ma-direct mo siya doon sa gusto mong talagang maging resulta. So, siguro po ChatGPT, tapos depending po sa inyong business, kung ang business po ninyo would use a lot of art, then yun, yung mga nabanggit ko po, pwede po yung Midjourney, o di kaya yung Stable Diffusion, or yung free na ginamit natin kanina na hindi naman super ganda, yung Beautiful.ai at saka yung isa pa. Night Cafe. Pero kung ano po yung needs ng ninyo, business ninyo, for sure mahahanapan po natin yan ng AI tool na mag-fit po sa needs ng inyong business, ma'am.
Alright. Thank you so much, Sir Jason. We do have another question from Ma'am Danica Nelson Esperanza. Sir, are you in favor to improve more AI system given it is kind of scary daw po?
Kahit naman po hindi ako in favor, ma'am. Ma'am Danica, wala tayong to really accept it kasi yun na talaga yung reality. Whether we are in favor or not, many companies are already using it. number one company is Microsoft. Eh. Di ba? Sa kanila nga nanggaling yung ChatGPT nila. Pinakita nila sa atin na ito ang kaya namin gawin. O huyo ka ngayon, Google. Diba? Kinabahan si Google. O, nag-shift tuloy lahat ng mga malalaking, kumbaga, what does that mean for other businesses? Yung shift ng trust malilipat sa Microsoft kasi ito yung kayang gawin ng Microsoft. Eh, di ba pag magsisearch ka sa Google, minsan hindi mo mahanap yung gusto mong hanapin, kaya you would click away. Doon nabuo yung ChatGPT. Dahil hindi daw natin makita yung mga hinahanap natin sa Google. Gumawa sila ng mas magandang version, which is yung AI software to be embedded in the search engine. So, yun, whether we like it or not, it is the future. We really have to adopt. And again, marami ng companies ang gumagamit niyan, yung mga chatbots, email blaster, AI art, so on and so forth. Kanina yung plinay po ninyo na video bago ako mag-start, text-to-speech po yun. Eh. Hindi naman talaga totoong tao yung nagsasalita dun kanina eh. Kasi alam mo kagad eh, medyo rough pa eh. Pero yung mga mas bagong version po ng text-to-speech, talagang may mga nuances, nag-i-inject sila ng may slip of the tongue, taga-am, para mas maging natural sounding. Pero yung kanina, malinis na malinis, alam ko po, yun, text-to-speech software ang ginamit po nila doon kanina.
Right. I feel like there were a lot of questions. Thank you so much, guys. And next question would be, sir, app ba is free or not?
May mga free versions po at meron pong free. Yung mga free versions, mas limited lang po yung kaya nilang gawin at hindi super ganda. Pagka mga paid versions, yun na po talaga yung siguro for company use at saka business use. Mas maganda if gagastusan nyo na talaga.
Thank you, Sir Jason. And another question again from Ma'am Ellen. In making videos, sir, can you give tips on how to make a very engaging and attractive video?
Personally po, yung video dapat multiple frames. Ako po, from personal experience ko, multiple frames and every few seconds nagka-cut kagad siya ng scene. So, meron kang montage. Baka medyo mahirap lang siyang i-explain nang wala akong example. Tingnan ko lang kung kaya kong i-pull out. Kasi ako gumagawa ko ng video, Canva nga lang po ang gamit ko eh. I don't have an expensive camera or kung ano man po. Pero pakita ko lang po sa inyo na dahil nga ang mga tao, mabilis ang attention span natin ay maikli na po eh, di ba? Kailangan every few seconds nagka-cut yung iba yung nakikita nila. Ano po? Minsan may mga element po ng depending on where you would be using it. Let's say you would be using it in for educational purpose. Ano po? Kailangan very engaging yung opening, ano po. Yung first few seconds kasi niyan would make or break the attention of the audience. Sorry, hindi ko ma-pull up yung Canva ko, naka-log out ako. Anyways, ma'am, ewan ko, sana nakakatulong po yung sinasabi ko. Basta dapat po sa video, hindi siya static na isang angle lang. Dapat may multiple angle siya. 1, 2, 3, after several seconds, ibang angle na naman. Kung hindi naman kayo gumagamit ng camera, it could be another picture or another clip. Kung kunwari nagdi-discuss ka, may mga video clips, every few seconds palit ng clip. Ano po? Attractive video. Kailangan din po kung ako po tatanungin ninyo, kung kaya naman po, kailangan maganda rin yung audio. Kasi minsan kahit gaano kaganda yung video, pag yung audio let's say alam mo yun, garbled o di kaya hindi marinig, the viewer would turn away. I-skip siya. Kung sa TikTok, scroll na lang niya yan. O di kaya kung sa YouTube, click away yan, magkiklik siya ng iba pa. Sa YouTube nga po, alam niyo po ba yung thumbnail ay very important. Kami pag gumagawa kami ng thumbnail, others would call it clickbait. sa iba, no? Clickbait ang ginagawa ninyo. Pero meron po, it's a thin line eh. Kailangan mo mag-clickbait ng konti. Kasi if it's not going to be click, how would they watch it? Tama po ba? Kaya kailangan mong gumawa ng paraan that they would click your video at i-deliver mo na siya mismo dun sa video. Sa TikTok, hindi naman po ganun. Ano? Kailangan lang ma-capture yung interest nila kasi hindi ka naman mag-click ng video sa TikTok eh. But rather, kung ano yung nasa feed mo, it's either you would scroll away or scroll to the next video or you would be retained na mag-stay ka dun sa video. So, kailangan lang you would capture their attention, tanggalin niyo po yung mga dead air, wag bawasan natin yung masyadong paligoy-ligoy pa na kwento, kailangan straight to the point na parang kay Mr. Beast, no? For example, today, magpapakain ako ng 500 families, ganun kagad. Para nahook mo na kagad siya, mag-i-stay na siya doon to the very end. Kasi alam niya na yung, kumbaga, sinabi mo na sa kanya kung ano yung outcome. At yun yung aantayin ko, yung makita ko na pinakain mo yung 500 families. No? Ganun po. I hope that makes sense. Ano po?
Right. I think Ma'am Jeffy, ang dami niyo pong question. So, sir, ito po parang Malamis Universe ang tanong na ito. So, there are many instances where brands try to abuse the system through fake comments. Since marketers are directly dealing with the public, cannot lurk behind the scene, but I have to become more accountable for the brand. How will you address this concern and criticism of social media?
Alam niyo po, kahit sa mga e-commerce, meron ganyan, yung mga fake na mga users, kunwari binili nila. No? Pero ang litmus test dyan walang picture. So maglalagay sila ng comment, pero wala namang picture proving na talagang binili nila at talagang nagamit nila. Pero tama po kayo talagang ma-overwhelm siya kasi I could simply buy, let's say, bumili ako ng 500 comments, matatabunan na yung mga genuine na mga commenters. I think right now, I cannot answer that but it is still a challenge kasi hindi lang naman siya sa business ma-apply kahit saan, kahit sa politika, kahit sa personal. The mere fact na mas marami ngayon even fake news that are really widespread at kahit malalaking companies, even Facebook is really struggling with it. Di ba meron na tayong mga ways ngayon to validate or verify whether that information is true or not or report it. Excuse me. I think those controls can help. Makakatulong talaga siya. Pero feeling ko nasa early stages pa po tayo. Kasi very rampant pa rin talaga fake news at saka yung mga, sabi nga nila, mga fake identities dyan sa Facebook na magko-comment sa'yo, hindi naman siya talaga yung actual na may-ari. Struggle pa rin siya kahit ako minsan na-frustrate ako pagka nakikita ko yun no? Kaya ikaw yung genuine na nagko-comment, parang ayaw mo na lang kasi you're being overwhelmed by, tawag nila yung mga trolls, no? Ang dami na nag-comment, no? Tinabunan ka na. And struggle yun for many companies, no? To really find a way na ma-prevent yan, no? Siguro naman po positive ako na mako-correct din yan no in the near future. And yung accountability, it's not with the person but the social media platform. Kasi tayo individuals, we cannot control that Wala tayong way to control it. Ang makaka-control diyan yung social media platforms. Whether they would add more controls or more filters para ma-prevent yung mga ganong klase ng mga comments, na yung fake comments, it's up to them. The technology to do that, it's up to them. Hindi na dapat tayo yung mamamroblema nun. Kasi all we can do is just report or check whether this person is true or not. No? Totoong tao ba to? Bakit yung picture niya anime o di ka picture niya hayop or kung ano man. So yun po, ewan ko lang. I hope it could make yung answer ko po ay makes sense po kahit konti.
Okay, for our last question from Jose Maria Garcia II. How does the government collect taxes on video or digital marketing? Is it fueling our economy?
Alam ko po meron na pong proposal no po for digital content. 'Di ba nga na nakaraan naging ano po 'yan na yung mga top YouTubers, they have to declare their income ano. Tayo naman po sa government, nag-ano naman po talaga tayo eh. Meron tayong SALN every year. Kagaya nitong February, kakasabit lang po natin ng SALN. So talagang natatax tayo. Ang problem lang yung mga private mga private entities. Siguro talagang meron pang kailangan pa po nilang lagyan ng panel or i-tighten pa yung mga screws kasi marami talaga na mga content creator na nag-earn ng millions ano po na wala sa radar ng BIR. Ano po?
Di pa ako tapos.
Whether how they would do that, hindi ko po alam. Sa US kasi talagang napakahigpit ng IRS kaya wala silang takas. Sa atin medyo questionable pa po. Sorry medyo questionable pa po yung BIR in terms of policies, reinforcement, etc. Kaya tama po 'yun na dapat talaga mataksan yung mga ganyan ano. Magkaroon ng means of earning additional profit from it. Para kasi if you are legitimate business, wala namang problem dun Kailangan mo mag-declare talaga ng earnings mo para makatulong ka sa government. So, I think parang nasa process pa po tayo ng pag-improve ng laws or maybe reinforcement of monitoring those video and digital content being published and monetized. Ako po, mabilis na lang po, last na po. Yung sa YouTube ko po, may US tax din po yun 12% na ang tax doon. Bago siya dumating sa akin, nataksan na po siya. O di ba po, wala talagang takas. Ganun sila kagaling and efficient yung IRS. So, yun po.
All right. So I think we don't have any other questions. Can I ask Ma'am Dr. Leovel, Ma'am, can we extend our time po for our
Yes.
game?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, since this will be the last group to report to present the seminar, okay, I would gladly extend the time.
Okay, thank you po, Doc.
Okay,
all right. At this point of time, let me call on Ma'am Danica Nelson, our facilitator for our games.
I would like also to congratulate and thank you for the invitation of Doc Jason for your seminar. That is very, very informative and daghang kay technique and strategy no so di na maglisod ang kamo nga maghimo sa amo ang mga essay ug mga problems. So dali na lang mahuman. Kuan pasalamat ni Kuan Doc Jason. Okay, thank you. Sige.
Thank you so much, Sir Jason. Ma'am Danica, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Sir, thank you so much. Okay. And Doc, thank you so much, sir. Okay. Thank you for that very informative discussion, Sir Jason. And now, while we are waiting for the person in charge for the giving of token and certificate, we will have a short game. So, okay pa ba ang tanan? Gising pa ba mo? Ay, gising pa ba kayo, guys?
Yes.
Gising pa po, buhay pa.
Okay, very good. Sir, ang gwapo mo daw, sabi ni Sir Jeffy, ni Madam Jeffy. So, ayan. Let's proceed. Wait, let me share my screen. So, kanara? Nabasa niyo na ang kanang mechanics. So, dali ra ni siya maghatag ko og word. Then, katong word nga gihatag nako is mag-create mo og more words gikan ra didto. For example, Christmas. So, maka-create ta og word nga mas, maka-create ta og word na cat or cats. So, that's equivalent to 1 point. So, kanang kinsay pinakadagan nga ma-create og words, siya ang winner na to. So, the price for the winner would be 100. For the second would be 50 pesos. And for the third is 20 pesos, guys. So, kanarang budget na mo. Okay. So, let's start. Kanina, guys. So, I will give you 1 minute to start. So, hurry, write your answers. Thank you. Please don't forget to screenshot after you post your kanang answer sa chat box. Last 20 seconds. Okay, guys, press screenshot ko ha para then i-message lang nako, in-message lang sa GC nato katong answers ninyo. Yes, Doc. After this game, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Okay, so stop na, guys. Okay, hanggang Okay, sige. Please screenshot your answers, guys. So, that would be our game. Thank you so much, guys. Sir Jason, thank you so much again. Thank you.
All right, the announcement of the winners would be made siguro through our GCs na lang. And let us proceed and giving the certificate to our guest speaker. Let me share my screen. All right. Allow me to present the certificate of recognition. Let me read. Republic of the Philippines, Cebu Technological University Main Campus, Cebu City, Philippines. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Sir Jason C. Santos for being the resource speaker on Introduction to Digital Marketing Strategies and Effective Tools during the Artificial Intelligence Marketing Evolution Seminar held on March 12, 2023 at Cebu Technological University Main Campus. Given this 12th day of March 2023 at Cebu City, Philippines. Signed by our Dean of College of CME, Amelia Gurley L. Aranas, DPA, PhD, and the Dean of the Grad School, Ma'am Rebecca D.C. Manalastas, DPA, PhD, and of course, our lovely professor, Leo Vigelda L. Bitay, NPTC, DPA. Congratulations! Yay!
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
group
Sir
2.
Jason! Thank you so much, sir. We wouldn't be able to successfully done this seminar without you, Jude, sir. So thank you so much. And of course, to all of you, my fellow MBA students who spared your time attending this seminar. Let's give also ourselves a round of applause. Yay!
Thank you,
and of,
guys.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, sige.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
ah, I go. We have ano pa daw? We have closing remarks.
Okay, sige, ma'am.
For the last part of our seminar, finally guys, manihapon na dayon dagway ta ani kaya ang uban siguro ani wala pa lunch. So for the last part of our seminar, let us welcome Ma'am Emma Manggubat for her closing remarks. Ma'am
Okay,
Emma.
yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. On behalf of Group 2, headed by Ms. Danica Nelson Esperanza, we are thankful for your cooperation and for being here today, attending the AI Marketing Evolution Seminar 2023. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Jason Santos, our speaker, for generously sharing with us your time, experiences, knowledge, and insights. We are very grateful to you, sir. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts made by our team and its different committees for making this event come to fulfillment. And to our lovely advisor, Dr. Leo Vihilda Bitay, for her guidance and unwavering support. More than that, I would like to thank you all for making this seminar a success through your cooperation and active participation. I hope that the knowledge we have gained and the thoughts we have raised during the seminar will be useful in our future endeavor. Once again, thank you and good afternoon.
Yay! Thank you so much, Ma'am Emma. Thank you so much, classmates.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you everyone, and I hope to see you all next Sunday. Again, attendance for the seminar is mandatory, and so I encourage everyone to join every seminar. At least we will have to end this seminar until March 26th, last Sunday of the of the month. Okay, so thank you everyone, and God bless, and. After a happy Sunday afternoon. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye
Doc.
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Doc.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.